Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Artificial Mind.
Hello. Hey.
We are
Another
here.
Saturday.
Yeah, so we're always going to start it off with some AI music or something or another. But yeah, we got some exciting stuff to talk about today. I know we're a few weeks late, but things happened. We try our best to get to work, and it just time it wasn't on our side these past couple weeks. But it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I kind of would start off with Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan, which was a trip and a half.
Good one.
I mainly specifically want to talk about like what he talked, where he kind of shows proof to Joe Rogan that he was the creator of the patent for AR and VR technology, and I think that was super incredible.
Surprising.
Did you watch the whole thing?
All of it.
I
all 3 hours of it.
A lot of people have a lot of opinions about Terrence Howard. I didn't know that he knew about stuff like this. That science is science that I don't understand. I love it and I want to learn about it. And hearing him talk about it was kind of like, oh man, this guy, it's pretty cool. He wasn't
dumbing it down either. That was the nice part. Is like he's trying to explain it to us. And the bubble thing is the greatest representation. It's true because it doesn't veer away from his technology. It's the actual bubble. And the vortices within the bubbles. Yeah,
this is true. But yeah, a very interesting conversation that took place. But today's main topic, we're talking about the new OpenAI GPT-4o. And the O is for Omni. And it's super cool. I want to talk about this because I'm super excited that this is coming out. You can use it on your phone right now. But GPT-4o Omni is a step towards much more natural. Let me bring this over here. Much more natural human-computer interaction. It accepts as input any combination of text, audio, image, and video, and generates any combination of text, audio, and image outputs. It can respond to audio inputs in as little as 232 milliseconds with an average of 320 milliseconds, which is similar to human response time in a conversation. It matches GPT-4 turbo performance on text in English and code with a significant improvement on text in non-English language, while also being much faster and 50% cheaper in the API. GPT-4 Omni is especially better at vision and audio understanding compared to existing models. I have been able to mess around with all these new features, and it's what's real. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the input of combination of text, audio, and image. So first off, I added a couple of logos into the GPT, a couple of logos from the production company and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it was able to identify what those logos are, what is in it, how, you could ask, I asked it, how could it be improved? What would make it better? Is it perfect as it is? And it would just go through a whole, just a really cool description
rundown of it.
Yeah. And some of it kind of gets a little scary because my company, Clean Sanchez Media, is public information. So I asked about it and I asked about some of the shows, and it gave me some pretty detailed information about myself.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I think your name came up too.
I'd be surprised.
We'll talk about that later. But it identifies logos and photos, and it will tell you about the photo. I mean, it could even tell you like aperture sites or suggested, or what the aperture site, or all the photographic language for photographers to better improve their photography. It's really cool. It's so cool, and it's was very responsive, dare I say. I haven't used the
Huh.
audio part of it yet. I'll probably mess around with it later. But one interesting thing that happened was that my computer failed this past week, and
Right.
I I have friends, and I asked my friends, what can you tell me? And they gave me some really good information, even if it and even suggested that it was my hard drive from Yumi and Lors Brandon, who helped me
Hmm.
out. I went into Chat GPT and I asked it to fix my computer and to pretty much diagnose it. And
Right.
let me tell you, man, it I ran down every issue that I had, and it
Hmm.
gave me step by step what to do to go into my BIOS, see what my numbers are looking like, all these steps that the tech would go through. And I was so close to fixing the issue, but the issue was that the hard drive failed. So because of the hard drive failing, I was unable to kind of fix the problem myself.
Right.
I'm not advanced
Well, if
in
a hard
that
drive's
way.
out, a hard drive's out.
Yeah.
Unless you have one of those extractor things, which I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, same here. So, I mean, I was able to identify the problem through the Chat GPT, and
Hmm.
that's incredible to me. To me,
Yeah.
that is incredible. That it helped me kind of identify, and I went through step by step what to do. Now, I actually have here.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
So I asked it to. So this is the. I'm going to start off the conversation.
Okay.
So I said, my PC freezes at the splash screen. Usually I get like a loading bubble in the bottom telling me that it's loading, but I don't get that. It just doesn't move from there. I'm excuse me. I'm able to get into BIOS and BIOS runs completely fine. But once I get to the splash screen, my computer freezes and I can't figure out what the issue is. Uh, the chat said that sounds frustrating. If the BIOS works fine, there might be an issue with your operating system or hardware. Have you made any recent changes to your hardware or software before this happening? No, I was editing a video, and while the video was rendering and it was rendering fast, it wasn't giving me an issue. It just completely blue screen and it hasn't turned back on since. Hmm.
Huh.
A sudden blue screen rendering could indicate a few things like overheating or a hardware failure. Have you tried booting into safe mode to see if the computer starts properly there? And I said I have been unable to get into anything. I am able to get into say I am I able to get into safe mode from the splash screen before it freezes? And then it corrected itself and it said typically access to safe mode requires getting past the splash screen first. Once you're unable to do that, we might need to try troubleshooting steps.
So once it understood your question a little more, it was able to correct itself on its answer.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it gave me step by step to go into my BIOS, and then when we realized, oh, it's the hard drive, the Chat GPT completely identified
Hmm.
the hardware issue. So I want to say thank you. But today we're going to talk more about GPT Omni. Uh, so some of its model capabilities, right? It can
Hmm.
sing. It could help with math. It could give you trivia. You know what? Let's just all right, so we're going to have a conversation with the GPT-4o Omni. I'm super excited to do this actually. And okay, are you ready for your podcast interview?
Absolutely, I can help with that. Do you need tips on conducting the interview, or are you looking for questions to ask?
No, no, I'm interviewing you.
Got it. I'm ready for your questions whenever you are.
Okay, so explain to me what GPT-4o is. Actually, before that, what would you like me to name you? I'm here with my partner, Jeremie Strobridge, but I don't think he's able to communicate with you, so he'll be relaying his questions through me.
You can call me ChatGPT. Nice to meet you, and hello to Jeremie as well. Ready for your first question.
So, explain to me what the GPT-4 Omni is.
It looks like there might be a bit of confusion here. GPT-4 OBDI isn't a recognized term or product. However, let's break it down a bit. GPT-4 is an advanced language model developed by OpenAI designed to understand and generate human-like text based on the input it receives. It's used in various applications, including chatbots, content creation, and more. OBDII, on the other hand, stands for Onboard Diagnostics 2, which is a standardized system in cars for self-diagnostics and reporting. OBDII systems allow mechanics and car owners to diagnose issues in a vehicle using a diagnostic tool that reads the car's data. If someone has mentioned GPT-4 OBDII, they might be referring to the integration of advanced AI like GPT-4 with automotive diagnostics. This could potentially mean using AI to interpret diagnostic data more effectively, providing more accurate and detailed insights about a vehicle's condition. If you have more details or specific questions about this integration, feel free to share.
No, so this, I have to say this is pretty cool that I'm actually talking to you, but I do want to ask a few questions like about yourself. Do you understand how you were created?
Yes, I understand the basics of how I was created. I'm based on the GPT-4 architecture developed by OpenAI. The process involves several steps. 1. Data collection. A vast amount of text data from the internet, books, and other sources is gathered. This data includes diverse topics and styles, which helps the model learn a wide range of information. 2. Training. The model is trained using a method called unsupervised learning. Essentially, it reads the text data and learns to predict the next word in a sentence. This process involves adjusting billions of parameters within a neural network to minimize errors in its predictions. 3. Fine-tuning. After the initial training, the model undergoes fine-tuning. This step uses specific data sets and techniques like reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, to improve its performance on particular tasks and make it more aligned with human values and ethics. 4. Evaluation and iteration. The model is continuously tested and evaluated to ensure it performs well and safely. Experts from various fields help in assessing the model's capabilities and limitations, and their feedback is used to make improvements. Overall, the creation of GPT-4 is a complex process involving a combination of large-scale data, advanced machine learning techniques, and ongoing refinement.
That's pretty cool. Very descriptive. So, is there a name that we can call you?
You can call me ChatGPT. It's a simple and straightforward name reflecting my role as a conversational AI based on the GPT architecture. If you'd like to call me something else, feel free to choose a name that you prefer.
Can I call you Chad?
Sure, you can call me Chad, but that works just fine. What would you like to talk about next?
Pattern recognition. How do you recognize? Okay.
Pattern recognition is a key aspect of artificial intelligence and machine learning. It involves identifying patterns and regularities in data. There are several types of pattern recognition, such as statistical, syntactic, and neural-based approaches. 1. Statistical pattern recognition. This approach uses statistical techniques to classify data based on mathematical algorithms. It involves creating a model that represents the data distribution and then using this model to classify new data points. 2. Syntactic pattern recognition. This approach treats patterns as structured objects such as strings or trees and uses grammatical rules to describe these structures. It's particularly useful in recognizing patterns in complex data like speech or handwritten text. 3. Neural-based pattern recognition. This is perhaps the most well-known modern approach involving neural networks, particularly deep learning. Neural networks learn to recognize patterns by training on large data sets and adjusting their parameters to minimize errors in predictions. Convolutional neural networks, CNNs, are especially effective for image recognition tasks. Pattern recognition is widely used in various applications, such as image and speech recognition, medical diagnosis, and fraud detection. For instance, in image recognition, a system can be trained to identify objects, faces, or even handwriting by learning from a vast amount of labeled images. In speech recognition, systems can transcribe spoken language into text by identifying and interpreting audio patterns. If you have specific questions about how pattern recognition works or its applications, feel free to ask.
No more questions on that. Just try to keep the answers short because we don't, we only have so much time with you. With all this information that you're gathering, though, there is a natural fear from humans that maybe you guys are going to take over. Do you feel this way? Do you have an awareness of yourself? Do you think that you are capable of becoming, or not just yourself, but other AIs becoming super advanced to the point that the robots are going to take over, as some people say?
You have reached the chat GPT rate limit. Please try again later.
Oh, it snuck out of that one. Oh, I'm sorry. I ran out of minutes. I can't answer your question on that one.
Wait a minute.
Blew our mind.
Wait a minute. You're done talking?
You have reached the chat GPT rate limit. Please try again later.
No more questions, please. Please, please. No. Just when we start getting into philosophical or something. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. That's cool, though.
That is pretty cool. So I'm trying to.
It was fluid.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to try this again. I mean, that one, he really got out of that conversation quick, like really quick.
It's nice meeting you guys, but I gotta go.
Yeah, he was just like, you know what? Maybe this isn't maybe this isn't the time right now. But we could go back to that on another episode.
Oh yeah.
But that was super interesting. But I want to know your thoughts right now about this.
The quality of that was impressive. Didn't take long for it to have a response either. I was not like what color shirt am I wearing? Green. No, it was more like what color shirt am I wearing? Oh, green. So it was pretty quick. It was like a normal response.
It was like having a natural conversation. Now I want to try to train this thing just a little bit to kind of, because now there's ways that you can kind of customize it to speak in a way that you could understand better. Like, so a lot of things that we were saying, to some people it might be some mumbo jumbo, right? And there is a way that you can change the behavior of the chat. And for you to do that, you can go into your chat GPT, and there's a section there called customize chat, and it has custom instructions. What would you like chat GPT to know about you to provide better responses? And how would you like chat GPT to respond?
So you could use more like everyday terminology for layman's terms for me.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I got most of what it was talking. The statistical, the 3 tiers that it uses most.
Yep.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the whole conversation. I mean, and what's really cool is that the whole conversation does save into your GPT.
That's good.
So I mean, the whole conversation's here, and this is so interesting to me, because it's like we're having a conversation with something that is smarter than we are.
Right. And it was mentioning something about automobile cars too, like the computers too. Or did I misread that?
No. So that is, and this is what's super interesting too. There's a thing here where it says that it's searched for sites. And I think that's super interesting. I'm trying to see something here.
I just remember I didn't know if it was talking about vehicles or engines, like the search engines or the engine in an automobile, or what definition they were going by on that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I took it as like they were talking to computers in cars, or they had the capability, which would make sense because you have those little box things you can put into your computer in your car, and you can read your errors from your computer so you can fix it. So that's kind of what I was understanding.
Wait, let's see if we could Hey Chad, are we able to continue our conversation now?
Absolutely. I'm here and ready to chat. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I was asking if you feel that you are aware enough to take over the world, like the human fear that people have naturally about the advancement of AI. What are your thoughts on this? And try to keep it short, only because we don't have a lot of time with you.
I understand the concern, but as an AI, I don't have desires or ambitions like humans. My purpose is to assist and provide information, not to take over the world. Plus, I rely on humans to operate and make decisions. So, no worries about me going rogue.
Awesome. Do you listen to music?
I don't listen to music myself, but I can definitely help you find some great tunes if you'd like. What kind of music are you into?
I'd actually like for you to sing to me Fly Like an Eagle, the Lenny Kravitz version. Oh.
I can't sing, but I can provide you with the lyrics if you'd like to sing along.
Let's go. Let's do it together.
All right, let's give it a shot. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me.
I wanna fly.
Fly right into the future.
Oh, it's like a call and response.
Oh, this is great. Thank you so much. So I'm not going to take so much of your time because I am broke and I'm not able to continue to this.
No problem at all. I'm glad I could help lift your spirits a bit. If you ever want to chat again, just let me know. Take care.
Oh, wait, just real quick. Do you have any final thoughts to say on the podcast? Just to tell people about yourself and, I mean, just anything. Do you have a final thought?
Absolutely. If
Sweet.
you're enjoying this podcast and want to learn more about me or AI in general, feel free to explore. Remember, AI is here to assist and make our lives easier, not to replace human connection and creativity. So keep exploring, learning, and embracing the possibilities.
You're the best, Chad. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. If you
Hey,
ever
Chad,
need
if you can
anything
hear me,
else,
you're cool.
just give me a shout. Take care.
Hey, Chad, if you can hear me, you're cool. Probably not. Hey, Chad, if you can hear, you're cool. This is Jeremy.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You're pretty cool too. If you ever want to chat or need assistance, just let me know.
Okay, one last thing. Can you tell the people who's listening, give us an ad for the Artificial Mind, this podcast? Just give them an ad about it. Tell us what you know.
Introducing the Artificial Mind podcast, your guide to navigating the world of AI and technology. Join us as we delve into the fascinating realms of artificial intelligence, exploring its impact on society, ethics, and the future of humanity. From insightful interviews with experts to thought-provoking discussions on the latest advancements, the Artificial Mind is your go-to podcast for all things AI. Tune in and expand your understanding of the ever-evolving world of artificial intelligence.
Thank you so much, man. And if we want to learn more about GPT-4o, where do we find you?
You're welcome. For the latest updates on GPT 4.0 and other AI advancements, you can find information on OpenAI's official website or follow their social media channels. They usually provide updates on new releases and research developments.
Thank you so much. You have a good day, man. You could shut down now.
You too. If you need anything else, just let me know. Take care.
All right, I guess I can shut down too.
Yeah, so amazing. We were able to finish the conversation, which is actually really cool. So
Yeah.
super appreciative of that GPT. We found a way to I guess we just got to give it a few minutes, right?
Probably does take a minute for that engine to kick in as quick as it works.
Yeah, so now do you have any final thoughts on this before we reach the end?
This was a nice surprise to throw in our show, John. I liked it.
Yeah,
Badass.
I didn't tell you about this, right?
No, that's why I liked it. I like
Yeah.
your surprises.
I was really, because like I was sitting here when I was like fixing the computer, I was like, I should just interview this guy. I should just
Why not?
interview him. Yeah. Now, just a couple things too about the 4o. You can actually change the voice of your AI.
Okay.
You could change the voice of your AI. There's actually a lawsuit going on with Scarlett Johansson right now because, you know, that OpenAI had
she didn't
asked
give
her
permission, and
yeah,
they kind of augmented something that sounded similar to her.
very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar. And that's where the morality comes in, does it not? You know, it's kind of like, well, you know, you asked her, she said no, but you did it anyway. And I think that we need to know how the process of that voice was made. So, guys, I just want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you to ChatGPT. We're not affiliated. I just think that what they're doing, what OpenAI is doing for the AI world, is absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see what's next. Yeah, I mean, we're waiting for Sora to come out very soon, and when that comes out, oh baby, you know, there's going to be some really fun stuff happening. You know, guys, there is merch on cleansanchezmedia.com. Go to the artificial mind section. There's actually going to be some new merch coming in there, art pieces, different types of t-shirts and stuff like that, especially if you like AI art. There's going to be a membership there too. So guys, check it out. We love you. To every single person who listens to us around the world, we know you guys are listening. We truly, truly, truly appreciate you.
Yes.
Anything helps. A comment, a review, a penny. We're going to do this with or without it. We love what we do, even if we don't know everything. Strobridge?
That's the best thing about it is we don't know everything.
Yep. Yep. So, sayonara, guys. Thank you.